Okay guys, so I just want to go over some lifts, especially for my clients because a lot of them, most of them, I can't spend one-on-one time with. And so I want to go over squats, deadlifts, and the bench press. I feel like they're really important to incorporate into your training. I just feel like they're really good for strength. They're lifts that incorporate so many different body parts, and I also like to tell my clients that their core needs to be engaged throughout all of their training sessions. I don't give them specific ab workouts to do, and I feel like ab workouts aren't necessarily like super core strengthening as for, you know, your whole entire core area. I feel like other lifts do a better job at that as far as strengthening and helping you throughout all of your lifts. If you want abdominals like to really come through when you're cutting, a better way to build those muscles is to do weighted ab work. And so you'll be doing things like, you know, having a weight behind your head and doing, you know, decline sit-ups on a bench, or doing like with the pulleys, you know, pulling and crunching down with weight on the pulley. But yeah, so that's neither here nor there, I guess. But first we'll talk about the bench, and I need to reset this because this is my husband's setup. But what you want to do is keep everything really, really tight. You want to push through your feet on the bench. You want to keep your bottom on the bench as well, and your shoulder blades pushing through. So your shoulder blades push through, your butt pushes through, your feet push through. Everything's real tight, and you want to engage your lats. And that's something that's hard to teach people, but one way to do it is to put your hand on a bar, and you, I guess you can turn your hand like this without necessarily engaging your lats, but if you're like real tight and thinking about it, your latissimus dorsi is this muscle right here, and it travels all the way down your back, really. And so you wanna practice like engaging that. Your lat pull downs, you want to engage your lat muscles. Just think about your lats when you're doing your back work, maybe on a back day with lighter weight. I feel like it's easier to think about your form and think about your muscle with a lighter weight. So I feel like I'm saying way, way too much, but hopefully it's all making sense to you guys. So just really think, and that was something that was really hard for me. I don't know if it's all women or what, but to really feel a back pump. I still don't always feel a back pump. It's something I really have to think about. And if you're thinking about the muscle that you're working out, engaging it, really contracting it, and something that might help is the stretch, and that's any muscle. So if you're doing quad extensions, feeling the stretch as you go back and then really contracting on the way up and holding it. Feeling the stretch and then contracting. It's something I really focus on for my glutes as well. I'll talk about that later though. So for this, you really want to stay nice and tight, so you're so solid and so just really good, strong foundation, and then it's just your arms moving. And like I said, it's really dynamic because you're using your pecs. You got to think about it. You're using your shoulder because you're going from back here to up here. You're using your shoulder as well as pressing with your tricep. And then you just have to keep everything tight, squeeze everything really hard. So let me set this up and I'll demonstrate that. I like to do an arched back because I go for strength, and having an arched back gives you a stronger foundation and allows you to push more. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, don't do it. You can have your back flat, but everything needs to be nice and tight. I like to breathe in and even give it a little bit of a hold for the push, and breathe out. So breathe in, breathe out with the push. So yeah, let's get to this. Okay, so some other things to think about for the bench is where you place your hands. There's no really wrong way, there's just better ways. You can put them really close together and bring it down and keep your elbows tucked in and push up. That is gonna be a more tricep focused exercise, a more tricep focused bench. The wider you go, the more you're gonna engage your pecs. So you're gonna have to play with it because everybody's different, everybody's arms and torsos and everything's just different. So you want to kind of go out, you know, just do the weight of the bar, go out farther and see how you like it. You want your elbows to be tucked in about 45 degrees to your body. So this is a 90-degree angle. So 45 is right in between, parallel to the floor and your body, okay? So you just want to go 45-degree angle. So it's about like right there. I like to go heavier. I'm doing my 5x5s right now, but when I'm not, I do that. I do like a 45-degree angle, push up. And you really want to think about squeezing your pecs, especially us girls. We don't really think about it, but you have to really think about it. Also, they say break the bar. So you're down here, you want to break the bar up. Break the bar up, okay? So your elbows go out, and then you're gonna kind of bring them in a little bit. Like I said, when you see me bench, especially during my 5x5s when I'm doing heavier weight, I'm gonna flare out my elbows more and then keep them flared out on the way up. Or if you tuck them, you wanna kind of flare them out on the way up. I don't know, there's just different ways to do it. Feel what feels right for you and what you're trying to target. Are you doing more of a tricep? Are you doing more chest? Are you trying to work on strength? So I'll show you the first 2 reps I'll do with my elbows tucked, and let's do this. Let's do my first 2 reps. I'll do close grip, down, tricep work. The next one I'll go a little wider, do a 45, and then the next one I'll do completely flared out for strength, okay? It's good to kind of give it a hold at the bottom, and you always want to think about exploding up. Take it easy on the way down, explode up. Feel the stretch, explode up, and really tighten everything. Again, think about everything being solid. Play with your hand placement until you figure out where you think you want it. And then, yeah. So the main things to think about, keep everything tight and strong, down, and then you want to explode up, and just really think about those muscles that you want to work on. And then once you have your hand placement, I feel like that's one of the biggest things, and then where you are underneath the bar. I've been kind of putting my head past it and then getting some coil underneath the bar, so I have my foundation because I like to arch. And even though I've got like this bulky body right now, I'm gonna take off my shirt so you can really see the arch, because otherwise this will cover it. So I like to kind of get my hand placed. I haven't used this bar in a while, so I'm way past where I should be. I think this is a good arm length. I kind of get eye level with the bar. I'm pushing through my feet, kind of squeezing the bench, and I'm squeezing my glutes. This is going to be nice and tight. I got my back contracted. I'm going to lift up the bar, and I'm going to go down and up. That's about a standard. Your elbows down at a 45 and up. When I go stronger, when I go heavier, it kind of tends to go up on my chest, like my nipples, they flare out, and then I go up. Straight down right below my nipple, my elbows are out, and I push up. When I'm dealing with lighter weight, they tend to go more at a 45-degree angle, hit below my boobs, and then straight up. If I want to work a tricep, I can bring my grip in closer, about shoulder's length or so. Still contracted, everything tight, down and up, down and up. That even goes farther down my chest, if you notice. So the closer my hands are, the farther it goes down, and my torso. The wider I go, the closer it goes up here, and it's going to get stronger. I'm stronger the higher up it is. That's just something that I've learned about myself. So tight, inhale, everything tight. Okay. So that's an example of 3 different ways to bench. Just do what works for you, what you feel like works for you. I feel like there was something else. You can kind of play with your feet in, out. Just kind of have to figure it out, but just keep in mind staying strong, staying tight. If something feels weird, you need to do it differently. Record yourself and watch yourself and try and figure out what it is that feels weird, or if it looks good, or if there's things you need to change. That's all I really have to say about that. If you say, I don't want to say too much and then get you thinking about way more than you need to, because you just need to do it, and you might just do it naturally great the first time. Something that helps, that they say helps, is, you know, your like ritual before you start benching or squatting or deadlifting. Try and do the same thing every time. Take the same amount of steps every time. Whatever you need to do, whatever your ritual is, because you have that muscle memory. You do the same thing, it's gonna set up, it's gonna be right every time. You just wanna make sure you're setting up the right way so you're not setting up wrong every time. And then just get under the bar the right way every time. I think I've made my point. So, wish I could be there with you guys and help you do this and correct anything that needs to be corrected. But basically, just be safe, start light, get your form down, slowly add weight. When your form starts to break down, back down your weight. I know I always say push weight, you know, once you hit 12, increase it until you can get 12 again, and then increase your weight and then get 12 again. But I don't want to see you doing 4 sets of 10, 4 sets of 10, 4 sets of 10. I want to see you do, you know, 4 sets of, or 1 set of 12, increase weight. You only hit 10, do that same thing again. Try and get 11 the next set.